Checks out. Okay, we're good. So yeah, I literally just finished Legacy of the Dark Knight. I'm editing the last part right now to edit the final level and my review of the game into one episode. This will probably be live before then that video comes out, but trying to think of what I'm trying to say here. Actually, I'm gonna plug my external drive in. So this is a channel update video, which I know I just want to say this just so I have a record of saying, hey, I want to do this, this, and this, even though I know nobody really cares. Most of the people who I know watch this stuff are my close friends who I talk about, hey, I'm probably going to be playing this soon. So, for right now, I'm going to start with games that came out, or coming out. Actually, no, I'm going to open up my external drive first. Do you guys see me having my... Okay, you do. So I should probably be careful of what I'm going to show. New window. Oops. New window. Here we go. Seagate. Oops, not new. Let's do open a new window. Console ROMs. Open a new window. I know this is a mess, but this is what I gotta do right now. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is it game downloads? Yes. Okay. Okay. So let me see here. PCX2 or SX2 games. Do you guys? Oops. That, and then open this up again. Okay, so I just kind of want to talk about what kind of content I want to be filming soon. All of this is subject to change. Just due to me, like, not wanting to play something. Like, I literally have, like, 3 episodes of Manhunt recorded, but I don't know when the next time I'm going to want to play that is, so I'm saving them. And then I'll just add, like, what I usually do of just, like, these episodes were recorded on X date. Let me see here. The original plan was to play through the PS2 007 games before First Light came out, but obviously that didn't happen. I also wanted to play Batman Begins before Lego Batman came out, but again, didn't happen. I want to play Half-Life 1 and 2, but for when I'm playing Half-Life 1, I might just say fuck it and go the remake with Black Mesa, and then go into Half-Life 2, but I don't know if I'll do that just because of the dissonance with how the games are designed. Max Payne, I'm currently replaying Max Payne 3 on PC. I can't remember if I ever uploaded that first chunk of recordings, but I don't think I did. But yeah, I'm currently replaying Max Payne 3 on PC. Whenever that playthrough is done, I'm going to have, like, a bunch of, like, mainly combat clips, just because I can show off how much I love that game's combat. I'm not planning on doing commentary for that video, but if I have time, I will. Let me see here. Medal of Honor, I kind of want to play through the PS2 Medal of Honor game soon, but I don't know. I've played a little bit of European Assault and thought it was pretty good, but they're pretty hard. And I'm going to try to do them legit without save states and stuff. Punisher, I really want to... Again, something that I planned to have done was playing through the Punisher game before the Disney Plus special came out. Obviously didn't happen. I'm waiting a little bit longer. Like, maybe this fall/winter, I'll play through the entire Ratchet series. Because RC PS3, which is the PS3 emulator, has gotten really good with the Ratchet games, on the PS3 Ratchet games, because I've just given up hope on those games getting remastered or ported in any shape, way, or form. And I really want to replay them, so I'm just waiting a little bit longer till I have like a chunk of where no games are coming out, which I'll get to with the 2026 release schedule in a minute. Let me see here. This is a me game. I gotta go back to the Suffering soon and go through the completion on retro achievements. Crash Twinsanity, I really, really, really want to play, but I'm holding out hope that that era of Crash Bandicoot gets added to PS Plus or remastered. Like, those games, I have more faith in getting the remasters than, let me turn this down just a little bit so I don't blow up my mic. I have more faith in those games getting remastered than I do the Ratchet games. So, let me see here. This is my PS1 folder. Not really that many games here for me to show off, personally. I might do Disruptor because I think it's really interesting, and there's not a lot of playthroughs of that online. Not like I'm like, oh, I'm going to be the de facto playthrough of this game on YouTube. No. I don't want that. I just want to play through it for people. Let me see here. I can close out of this new tab. Go over here because this is more console stuff. I want to play through Black, which is the FPS made by the Burnout devs, which is still an insane sentence to say. Let me see here. GameCube, I have Killer 7 I really want to play. I want to play all the Mario parties, at least a little bit. I want to play Piano 3. Let me see here. I want to play Hunter the Reckoning before the new one comes out. I think they said next year for that, so I have a while. Let me see here. Yeah, all the 007 games in here. DMC. The Evil Dead games. All the Harry Potters at some point I kind of want to play through. Yeah, here's all the Medal of Honors and Mortal Kombats, all the Nickelodeon games from that era I really want to play at some point. Like, these are to be determined of when I want to play them, but these are planned playthroughs. All the Scooby-Doo games, Scalar, I really want to play because I've never been able to beat that game. More Crash Bandicoot stuff, Manhunt 1 and 2. Okay, so, let me click this folder here. Yeah, I have a Alone in the Dark downloaded, the new one. I kind of want to play through that, because I haven't played that since launch. Yeah, launch. I gotta finish my Atomic Heart playthrough. I want to play through all the AVP games, which is its own fucking issue right now. I gotta do Bioshock 2. I gotta finish my Platinum playthrough of Epic Mickey. Excuse me. Let me see here. I'm getting the physical for Blood Refresh Supply. Whenever that comes in, I'm planning on doing a playthrough for the channel of the PlayStation version, obviously. I have it on PC, but I don't know. I just think it'll be a little bit easier to do it on PlayStation. I got a lot of Call of Duty footage from like Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, 4, all of these games that I kind of want to edit together at some point. Does that pop up? It does. I don't know. Anyway, let me see here. Clock Tower got scrapped. I tried playing that on the channel, and it just wasn't entertaining content to me. Let me see here. Conscript, I want to play really badly. I want to finish that playthrough. Control, I gotta rebuy the game because it left PS Plus, unfortunately. Let me see here. Crow Country got scrapped. That playthrough is just gone. I did not enjoy that game at all. Cultic, I gotta finish my Chapter 2 replay and go through all that stuff. Cyberpunk, I got a bunch of... I want to play the game on PlayStation soon, just to see it. How it feels different from the Xbox version and everything. Dead Island 2 got scrapped. I gotta finish my Dead Rising remake playthrough. Let me see here. I got some Dead to Rights footage to edit. I finished Deathloop finally. I want to play all the Dishonored games for the channel at some point. I literally just replayed the first one, and it was great. I gotta play Doom 3 at some point, but that's way down the line. That's probably like a next year thing. God damn, it's 68 gigabytes of footage. That's so much shit to go through. Dying Light, I'm probably going to end up just nuking those videos because I'm no plans of going back to the first one any point soon. Echo Point Nova, I got to edit all my footage together. Evil Within 1 and 2, I really want to play for the channel soon, maybe in October for Halloween season. Fallen Aces is having episode 2 soon. I'm also playing a lot of mods for that game, so I'm going to be working through that. Far Cry 4, I got to finish a replay, or finish the playthrough, and Blood Dragon. Fear, I really want to play, but that game's pretty fucking long. I gotta finish Forgive Me Father. Let me see here. Ghost Hunter, I re-downloaded that. I might just restart that playthrough and start it as a channel playthrough. That was on my own time. I might play Ghostwire on the channel, I don't know. Gloomwood is getting another update soon. Gonna have more videos on that, definitely. Whenever the next God of War game comes out, definitely expect that on the channel. Hades 2, Half-Life, Halo. Whenever the Halo CE remake comes out, I think that's going to be July, personally, but obviously expect that on the channel. I'm probably not going to play Indiana Jones. I think that game's just a bit too long in the tooth to make entertaining content out of. Let me see here. I do have a speedrun trophy left for Killing Time Resurrected. I might go back and do that, I don't know. Last of Us, of course, I have those playthroughs up. I always have more No Return to do. Liza P. Whenever I finish that game, I gotta take my headphones off for a sec. Sorry. Expect a full playthrough, or not a full playthrough, like a full boss video of like me fighting all the bosses. Manhunt, obviously, I've talked about this earlier. Metro or Mario. Maybe like the older ones I might play, older burned. I might play Max Payne, obviously, Medal of Honor, Medieval, Metal Eden, I scrapped that playthrough because the game was fun. I just didn't care about the story and it wasn't entertaining. Metal Health Center, maybe. Metro, I really want to play through the 3 Metro games before 4 comes out. Let me see here. The Middle Earth games I started a replay of recently, and those games are still really fucking fun. Let me see here. No One Lives Forever I want to do. Yeah, that's basically it for right now. Okay, I'm starting to realize how long-winded this has been. Let me see here. How long has this been going? 14 minutes. Fuck. Gotta pause it quick. Can I pause it? I can. Not pause. Fuck. Fuck. On the fly! Accessibility, general appearance. Is there pause? System tray, multi-view, studio mode, appearance, stream, nope. Output, nope. Fuck. Talk plus mute, video. Pause recording, here we go. Do keypad enter, fly. Okay. Enter. Fuck. This and then that. Fuck. Doing it on the fly, never mind. Okay. Let me see here. We are in end of May right now. I want to play Thick as Thieves pretty soon. That just came out yesterday, I think. Yeah. I got 007. Next month there really isn't that much. Hollow Body coming to console I might play. I personally think that the Xbox show in June is going to have a shadow drop of some kind. Maybe if it's something good, maybe I'll play it for the channel. Like if it's the Fallout remakes or something, I might play it. I know I gotta finish Oblivion too. I know. Let me see here. Black Flag Resynced is going to be an on my own time game. Just because I have Ubisoft Plus on my Xbox, might as well use it. August, there really isn't anything aside from maybe MGS. I might. I don't know. September has Halloween, and then literally the next day is Phantom Blade Zero, and then like a week after that is Wolverine, like back to back to back. That's gonna be pretty rough. Galactic Racer, I'm probably gonna play. Let me see here. Anything else interesting in this list? Oh yeah, Belmont's Curse I might play. Hellraiser Revival is 100% getting played. Control Resonance is 100% getting played. Let me see here. Dungeons 2 is probably going to get played. I don't know if I'll do a full playthrough of that, but Onimusha, obviously. Townfall, obviously. Maybe the new Serious Sam game. I'm definitely going to play the new Serious Sam game. I don't know if I'll play it on the channel. The Sin remake, I'm probably going to play. I'm definitely going to play it on my own. I just don't know if I'll play it on the channel. Sinking City 2 is this summer. Maybe that'll be June as well. I recognize the name of this. Yeah, the beat 'em up. Whenever Witchfire hits 1.0, I'll probably play it. So that's it for like a channel update video. Next up is talking about the upcoming events. So it's gonna be this, and then this, and then that. So the state of play is up first. Reminder that whenever I do these are like 99% meme bets of just like, yeah, I don't think any of these, aside from a few, will happen. But I just like guessing. I'm out of this list, the only ones I think are going to happen are Tokon, People Are Disappointed, Marathon, and Wolverine was 100% confirmed by both Sony and Insomniac that it's going to be there. So we know for a fact that this is like that. Back in September, they mentioned, hey, in springtime, we're going to have a Wolverine state of play. This is that state of play. We just assumed it was going to be only Wolverine, but this is supposedly going to be 60 to 90 minutes was the estimate of the theater showing, because they're saying they're showing this at theaters. So this is going to be a fucking beefy one. So yeah, I'm pretty sure a new Tokon reveal will happen. We still got Kenna 2. I think that's supposed to be this year, that we don't have a release date for. I think DMC6 is probably going to be a Summer Games Fest game if that happens, or the one remake that I'm pretty sure is going to happen as well. Hellraiser, they just put out a new trailer that looks awesome, but we still don't have a release date. I really expected Hellraiser was going to be like a January game. I don't know. They had the specs all done on the PC page. All the trailers looked pretty finished. But yeah, they haven't given us a release date yet. I hope that's soon. There's been a report of Infamous getting a remake, which that report only surfaced like a week ago, so I don't think they'll announce it now. But I do think that's something like maybe Ape Escape. Like I said, like the one literally right below it, Team Asobi making an Ape Escape game. I think those two are kind of connected. But yeah, I think some Sony IP is going to come back, whether it's Jak and Daxter or Sly or Ape Escape, like I said, Infamous, Resistance, Killzone, that kind of stuff. Marathon update video, I think we will get our first look at the PvE mode that is already confirmed to be coming. I haven't been following the full story. I have no idea if they said the PvE mode is going to be permanent or not. I have not looked into that. I don't really care enough to look into it. I had a lot of fun with the beta for Marathon. Not enough to spend $40 on it. If it was free to play, it'd be a different story. But that's a whole other thing. Anyway, the new Redacted game, I post this in a server that has a very strict anti-leak policy. Like, there's literally a channel called Gaming Leaks that you need to post those kind of stuff in. So I just put Redacted whenever I talk about a game that's leaked. I am 95% sure that the show will end with at least a teaser of the next God of War game. Like, the mainline God of War game. Which is rumored to be set with Faye, who is Kratos' wife. It's also rumored to be that plays more like the Greek trilogy than the Norse games, which I'm fine with. Maybe that'll give us an idea of how they're going to make the God of War remakes play, is how Faye's game plays. It's also rumored to take place across Greek, Norse, Chinese, and Egyptian mythology. And the Egyptian part is also, I think, rumored to lead into Atreus' spin-off. Which I know a lot of people are always really pissy about when studios become the X IP studio, but literally all Santa Monica has done, aside from a racing game in 2001, I think, has been God of War, and I think they're good with doing just God of War. I think they like doing God of War. I think they're good with it. The next Grasshopper game, Suda already confirmed that, right after Romeo's a Dead Man came out, they confirmed that they have plans to release another game this year. If those plans are still up, is up in the air, obviously, with like GTA and all that kind of crap. PS Plus games, I think, is a guarantee. I think we're going to get the one PS Plus game that we get every month. A rumor that's been around for quite a few years now has been an Until Dawn 2, not done by Supermassive. The remake added a new ending that teased the sequel in the movie and all that kind of stuff. In the movie, obviously, I really think that Until Dawn 2 is a thing that's going to happen relatively soon. Maybe around spooky season. I don't know if that'll be a major enough game to have it spaced out from Wolverine. But obviously, you gotta keep it away from GTA 6 as well in November. Bugsnax 2, I will also take whatever Young Horses, I believe that studio name, is making. They've been teasing on Twitter for a while that they're making something. I just want to know what that game is at this point. I don't care if it's a Bugsnax 2, if it's a new IP. Oh, great. I just want to know what that studio's doing. Free Space, obviously. I think Sorrow should probably get an update trailer where it's like New Game Plus, or maybe an Accolades trailer where it's like talking about all the reviews the game got. I do not think that the RE9 DLC will be at the State of Play. I think it'll be at a different show, which we'll talk about in a sec. But I do think that RE9 will have a Resident Evil of some kind. Will have a showing at the State of Play. New Ratchet and Clank game. That was like me. That was me running out of ideas of what to put, so I just put New Ratchet and Clank game. I think it's pretty much guaranteed that the next game there will be another game, and it'll probably be the last one. Not to spoil the last game too much, Rift Apart, which I loved. That was my game of the year in 2021. Hi, Alibi. not to spoil Rift Apart too much, but it kind of has what I like to call the Empire Strikes Back issue, where it's very obviously the middle game, or the game that is building up to something. Like, the spoilers for a 40-year-old movie. The end of Empire is literally Luke gets his hand cut off, he finds out Vader is his dad, and basically the good guys lost at the end of Empire, and it's a very tragic cliffhanger of like, well, what do we do? How does Luke heal? How does he deal with finding out Vader is his dad? It's a very obviously this is like a middle point in the story, or like the thing that leads to the conclusion, where they spend more time setting up the conclusion than the actual major plot. Anyway, doesn't matter. I have a cat on me. She's being annoying. Let me finish this video and then you can sit on my lap, okay? Anyway, Wolverine looks incredible. I think that's a guaranteed. I really do think that'll probably be one of the best Insomniac games they've ever made. Unironically. Xenoblade Zero pre-orders open up. That game is due, like I said, shortly before Wolverine. We don't have pre-orders. We haven't seen anything on it for a while. And it's a big PlayStation console exclusive, so I think we'll get more gameplay for that. Wolverine. So, like I said, this thing is expected to be 60 to 90 minutes. I think that at least half of that will be spent on Wolverine. If not... Also, ew, you sneezed on me, cat. Ew. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. Anyway, I think at least half of that will be spent on Wolverine. Stop headbutting my mic! You're okay. Sit down. Stay. Anyway, I think at least half of that we spend on Wolverine. We'll probably get the information on the Collector's Edition, probably the DualSense, because, like, every Sony first-party game has got a DualSense. Fucking Concord got a DualSense, which is still insane to me. Anyway, move, cat. Either lay down or go away. Anyway, Control 2 teaser. That also might be a Summer Games Fest thing. I don't know. Something gets a watch Summer Games Fest for more info tidbit. This is very specific, but back in 2023, they ended the June State of Play, or I think it was PlayStation Showcase then, but they ended the June event with Spider-Man 2, and then they said, watch Summer Games Fest for more info, basically. I think they just flat out said it. I don't remember 100%, but... And then Summer Games Fest had stuff like pre-orders, and the Seed, the Collector's Edition, and more gameplay, more unedited gameplay. So I think that'll happen again. I think it'll probably be with the Faye God of War game, and not Wolverine. I think the next God of War will get the Summer Games Fest show. And intergalactic gameplay, I think this is like a 1 out of 10 chance, a 5% chance of this happening, but again, running out of ideas of what to put, so I just put it there for shits and giggles. People end up disappointed. This always happens. You can literally have the best state of play ever, and people will end up disappointed. It literally happened in February. We had arguably the greatest state of play ever made, and I'm sorry, the cat is headbutting whacking my mic with the tail. With her tail. Sit down. Also, ew, you're wet. Anyway, yeah, that always happens. It'll happen again. It'll happen to you too. I'm closing out something on my PlayStation, sorry. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Yeah, people always end up disappointed with these. It just happens. Judas release date, again, something I think has like a 0% chance of happening, but I'd love to see it. I really think that Judas is going to end up being a disappointment, but I'd rather be unexcited for something and have it be something that is better than I expected than having too high of expectations and they don't meet them, which is exactly what happened with Mouse. I just had too high of expectations for that game and ended up disappointing me. And then Onimusha release date. That game is still due out this year. Capcom keeps saying, yeah, it's coming this year, it's coming this year. even Diana from Pragmata, she hacked, in quotes, the Onimusha account and started joking about putting out the release date. So I think it's going to be soon that we know. Sorry, I just bumped the mic. Yeah, I think that's going to be way sooner than people expect. Anyway, so that's the Sony State of Play one. This is Summer Games Fest. Can you move, please, cat? Okay, Jeff brings up the TGAs. He usually does that. That's usually how he ends the show. Is like, don't forget the Game Awards coming in December. Move, cat. Next Sonic game gets announced. It's the 40th anniversary, 30th, I think 40th anniversary of Sonic, and we still don't have what the next mainline game is going to be. There's also the rumored re-release of Frontiers that has like new content, which I don't think that, maybe it'll get a Switch 2 release, and that'll be like the major new content, but I don't know. New Crazy Taxi game, we know that game is still coming. It was not canceled as part of Sega's restructuring recently, and I really think they need to start showing off those reboot games sooner rather than later. More Blumhouse stuff. I'm really excited for those. Those games are so far 3 for 3. So far, there's the farming sim one that comes out in a few weeks that I haven't played the demo for yet, but it looks interesting. Jeff says something like this is an amazing year for gaming. He usually does that. So I gotta move my mouse and take a sip of my soda. VF6 teaser. I think that we're due another Virtua Fighter teaser soon. Like, really soon. Get your paws off my touchpad. I think another, like, smaller Sony game will probably show up. Like, maybe another remaster of stuff they licensed out to Bamco. I don't know. It'll be a fun thing to see if Sony shows up again. Back 4 Blood 2 gets announced. I think that game is going to get announced pretty soon. WB has said it's happening. So yeah, that'll be fun. The new Jet Set game that Sega teased is probably going to come soon. Return to Castle Turfenstein is Hogwarts Legacy. I think that game might get a trailer here, but maybe it won't because Jeff doesn't want the backlash. But on the other side of that, he's also done AI slop video games, so who knows. Jurassic Park Survival is another game that needs a release date really soon. I don't think we even have a release year for that yet. Because the Desert DLC is pretty much an inevitability, sadly, but I think that'll probably show up here. The Max Payne remakes. I am still shocked that Control 2 is coming out before Max Payne, but I'm happy. It's more Remedy stuff. At least one AI slap game, that usually happens now. The RE9 DLC will probably get a release date and a teaser. Maybe it'll get dropped after the show, who knows. Jedi 3 teaser. I really just want to know when the fuck that game is coming out, what it's going to be about. I just need to know something about that game, and I really hope it happens soon. The teaser for FF7 Part 3. With how Squeenix has been acting recently, that game might be coming later than I think. But who knows? Now the Judas trailer here. Game Pass ad. Onimusha release date. Some random franchise comes back. Like how I repeated some. A Control 2 teaser. And the new Night Dev game. That usually happens during like pre-show or something. Like last year was the Outlaws remaster. One more and then I can finally shut up for a little bit. Boop, boop, boop. Grounded 2, this is for the Xbox show, which is on that Sunday. Unfortunately, I do not think I'll be able to live react to that. Or live in quotes, but hopefully there's nothing too insane. But yeah. Yeah, a new Grounded 2 update. I think that's due pretty soon. Clockwork Revolution finally getting a release date would be awesome. Also a confirmation of a PS5 version at all, or a deconfirmation of a PS5 version would be nice, just so I know that I need to have my laptop set up for OBS whenever that comes up. Nice voice cracking in. The next Ninja Theory game, that Hellblade 2 was 2024, I think, and we know they're working on something. Whether it's Hellblade 3 or something else is up in the air. I'm excited. I didn't really like Hellblade 2 that much, but I do think that team can make a good horror game if they ever commit to it. More Stalker DLC info. I think that Xbox is going to keep advertising Stalker as if it's like their own thing, even though it's not on Game Pass anymore. I do think that'll happen. Maybe it'll come back to Game Pass. Who knows? Fallout 76 updates. Fallout 76 randomly got a blog post yesterday, so that one's off the table. Or maybe they'll show it off because I think they announced that the update is like June 21st. So maybe they'll talk about it because this is like the first weekend of June. Outer Worlds 2 DLC, I think that is already deconfirmed. I think Obsidian already said they're going to do their own showcase for Outer Worlds 2 DLC. Maybe they'll talk about it more here. I don't know. Quake 6, this is just a copium from me. I really want a new Quake game. Like, really. Oh my god, cat. She just farted. Oh my lord. Okay, we're good. Wasted time in the handheld. I just think that's going to happen. I think they're going to keep trying to push that damn handheld. Even though it's just not worth it. Anyway, Persona 6 teaser or Persona 4 Reload, I'm going to allow it for that. Sea of Thieves content update is probably going to happen. That usually happens towards like the middle part of the show. Gears has the showcase afterwards. I think that game is going to be incredible. I think Fable will finally get a release date. As it stands right now, I think... Actually, I'll talk about that after I do this. After I finish this. Free Space, State of Decay 3, I think will show up. Hopefully. Minecraft Dungeons 2 still needs a release date. I think that'll show up. More info on Alien Deathstorm, which was like this really interesting looking shooter from Rebellion, who made Atomfall, which is one of my favorite games from last year. And they're also the Sniper Elite devs. Could be fun. Doom Dark Ages DLC, we have our first couple teaser images of that from id from a few weeks ago. I think Blade will get gameplay and a release date. Plague Tale 3 is due out this year. I think that'll get a release date and a Game Pass confirmation. Modern Warfare 4 will probably get something. I am shocked that Modern Warfare 4 hasn't been announced yet. Dear God, I hope that's not the show closer again. That would be bad. No old Activision games coming back. I think that'll be saved. But I would love to be wrong with that. Tim Schafer's next game, we know he's making something. We know he didn't do Kiln. We know he didn't do Keeper. He's doing something since Psychonauts 2 came out. I just want to know what it is. I think Metro 4, this is before we had the official name for it. I think that'll get another, maybe a deep dive gameplay thing, where it shows like actual unedited gameplay instead of like the snippet we got from the showcase. Wolfenstein 3, that's another copium one for me. I just really want it. I want to see BJ's story end. I want to see how he kills Hitler. Spoilers for the end of 2, Hitler doesn't die, which I'm still mad about. Anyway, and then the Halo CE remake release date. So as it stands right now, I think that Xbox's lineup for the rest of this year is going to be Halo in July, Fable in August, Gears in September, and then maybe, and then COD in October, and then maybe Minecraft will be September or October. Yeah, I think that'll be their lineup. Maybe something different will happen. Who knows? I just like speculating about these showcases, honestly. So yeah, that's this update video finally done. Talked a little bit about everything. I just ranted for almost an hour, basically, or 40 minutes. I'm excited to see more of basically everything. Yeah, I hope you guys are excited as well for lots of interesting content coming up. Oh, I am... The State of Play is on a Tuesday, I think, if I remember correctly, so I will stay home that day. and react to it, live react to it. I also will react to Summer Games Fest on that Thursday. And then, like I said, I might not be able to do the Xbox show. I don't know yet. I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, I'm excited for everything. And I hope, like I said, I hope you guys are excited to see a lot of interesting stuff coming up. Anyway, hope you guys had fun. Bye bye now.